Good morning, children. This lesson is for class 6, subject Physics, chapter 6, Magnetism of your textbook Concise Physics, Selena Publications. It is being submitted to you on 25th January 2021. Today, we are going to discuss about the magnets and the properties of magnets. Magnets and their properties were discovered by chance in Magnesia in Asia Minor. As per a legend, a shepherd named Magnus was herding his sheep in an area of northern Greece called Magnesia. It is said that the nails in his shoes and the iron tip of his stick stuck to a large black rock on which he was trying to climb. This rock was named magnetite. The Chinese called it leading stone or lodestone as it had directional properties. A piece of magnetite, when suspended freely, always rests in a fixed direction and therefore it can be used to indicate a directional correctly. Now, let's talk about natural magnets. Natural magnets are the magnets occurring in nature, like ore of magnetite or lodestone. Their magnetic strength is generally less and they are found in odd and irregular shapes. So they are not of much use. Again, natural magnets are those magnets which occur in nature like ore of magnetite or lodestone. Now children, artificial magnets. Artificial magnets are man-made magnets. They are made of iron or steel in various shapes and sizes as required for the use. These magnets are strong magnets like bar magnet, cylindrical magnet, U-shaped magnet, horseshoe magnet, circular magnet, and a ring magnet. Now, magnet is a substance which has the property of attracting iron and other magnetic substances like nickel, cobalt, and steel towards itself. The property of attraction of magnet is called magnetism. Magnetic substances. Substances which are attracted by a magnet are called magnetic substances. Materials of iron, nickel, cobalt, and steel are magnetic or ferromagnetic substances. Now, non-magnetic substances. Substances which are not attracted by a magnet are called non-magnetic substances. wood, plastic, paper, glass, copper, aluminium, rubber, gold, silver are non-magnetic substances. A non-magnetic substance cannot be magnetized, whereas a magnetic substance can be magnetized so as to act itself as a magnet. Again, magnetic substances which are attracted by a magnet and non-magnetic substances which are not attracted by a magnet. Now, children, let's talk about the properties of magnets. Number one, a magnet has two poles named North and South Pole. These poles are located at the two ends of the magnet. Almost all the power of the magnet is concentrated at its poles. As you move towards the center of the magnet, the magnetic strength goes on decreasing and becomes negligible at the center. So, a magnet has two poles named North Pole and South Pole. And all that magnetic strength or power is concentrated at its pole. You can perform an activity with the help of a bar magnet and some iron fillings. If a bar magnet is brought near the iron fillings, most of the iron fillings cling to the magnet at its two ends and very few near the middle. This concludes that magnetic strength is maximum near the ends and very little in the middle of the magnet. Again, magnetic strength is maximum near the ends and very little in the middle of the magnet. Now, the next property is magnetic poles occur in pairs only. A magnet has both north and south poles, and these poles cannot be separated by any means. Breaking a magnet always produces smaller magnets, each with a north pole and a south pole, but with lesser magnetic strength. However, many times you break a magnet, you will never get an isolated north or south pole. So, magnetic poles occur in pairs only. A magnet has both north and south poles, and these poles cannot be separated by any means. Now, the third property, a freely suspended magnet always comes to rest in such a manner that one of its ends points towards the north direction and the other towards the south direction. This is called the directional property of a magnet. So, a freely suspended magnet rests in north-south direction. This is called the directional property of a magnet. Next property is a bar magnet attracts magnetic substances when brought close to it. This property is called attractive property of the magnet. Again, a magnet attracts magnetic substances when brought close to it, and this is called attractive property of the magnet. Next property is attraction and repulsion between magnets. Actually, like poles repel each other, while unlike poles of magnets attract each other. A suspended magnet is brought close to a fixed magnet. It is seen that if like poles are close to one another, the suspended magnet tends to move away. It means if south pole of one magnet is brought closer to south pole of another magnet, they move away. Similar behavior is observed when you try to bring the two north poles closer. This is called repulsion. If opposite poles are close to one another, the suspended magnet tends to move towards the fixed magnet. It means the south pole of the suspended magnet moves towards the north pole of the other magnet. Similarly, the north pole of the suspended magnet moves towards the south pole of the other magnet. This is called attraction. So we can conclude that like poles repel each other means if north pole of one magnet is brought closer to the north pole of another magnet, we'll see repulsion. And if opposite poles are close to one another, that is, unlike poles, they attract each other. It means if the south pole of the suspended magnet moves towards the north pole of the other magnet, the behavior is called attraction. Now, children, let us recapitulate the content of the chapter completed today with the help of the questions as follows. Number 1. Natural magnets are made from a rock. Number 2. Substances which are attracted by a magnet. Number 3. Magnets which can be made in any size or shape. Number 4. An example of natural magnet. Number 5. A freely suspended bar magnet comes to rest in this direction. Number 6. The phenomenon due to which a substance attracts small pieces of iron. Answers are number 1, magnetite, number 2, magnetic substances, number 3, artificial magnets, number 4, lodestone, number 5, north south direction, and number 6, magnetism. Thank you, children.